Good morning, YouTube. This man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Anyway, this is my second video for this month, and I'm not doing any more series with it. I think this is gonna be just a free month. I mean, no series, as I did with Helen Trevino and Jay Fuchs. I'm just gonna be doing just selective ladies in the sport. This is a fun doing. I enjoy starting doing these comparisons because, I got inspired by another guy who does bodybuilding. That's Mark Smash Muscle. You know, he recently just posted one of my requests I did a while back. I would like you to check out his channel. Anyway, I picked these two ladies here who are not as well known to you in the sport. Both these ladies have great physiques. I would say, they're kind of like underrated, unsung women of the sport. Right here we have Miss Mimi Jabalee, and right next to her we have, somebody might know, Miss Renee Campbell. Now Miss Campbell is from the country of Great Britain, and she's been keeping quiet some time. You might have seen she does some documentaries here and there. She's a well-known bodybuilder in some cases, but one of those bodybuilders who really, just I think I might call her unsung hero in the sport. And they have both amazing physiques. And these are, I think, kind of like well-developed women, just amazing bodies. Mimi, I think Mimi's pretty tall. I think Mimi was like around about maybe 5'9", 5'10", I believe. And, Renee was, she's a pretty big size girl, and just amazing development. I think these type of women who don't get enough attention because, have so many stars like Iris Kyle and Linda Murray and Helen Trevino and Margie V. Martin and so many, and Lena Pupa. Some of these women can be put under the shuffle because, they don't get as much attention compared to some of the ladies on the hierarchy. Anyway, let's get a little started here. Right here, you have a nice starting pose. Now, I was trying to find a great picture with Renee, and this one I liked because I was trying to find some more competition stuff, and this one here I like. And both of them are pretty impressive. We really see the difference between Renee and Mimi. Renee's shoulders are just so broad. Mimi, I think with her being that she's a little taller, often I heard this, that taller women, it's hard to really get on the muscle on their bodies. Well, I guess because, it takes more work to develop compared to, women who are a little bit shorter. Now here we have a front lat spread, and really you can really see I think it's the shoulder width, the lat development. These women are just this, totally, just amazing. But if I have to give it to anybody, it's gonna be Renee. Like I said, I'm a fan of Renee, but I have to give it to her. It has to be Renee. Now here we have a front double, and as I said, these are amazing. They're almost, in a way, almost similar. It's, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. Some of these women when you see them, but they are, I think, just amazing. And I think if you go by size, you go Renee. You go by conditioning, you might go with Mimi. But truthfully, I think Renee has this one down pat. Here we have a side chest. And what I love about the side chest is if you really pay attention to the pectoral development. And what I like about these two ladies is they never been to the wheel of silicone. At one point, sometimes I just thought Renee's chest was so huge. I thought she had breast implants, but she don't. And Mimi, she has a great chest. But if you go by, the definition and development, you have to go here with Renee. Here we have a nice rear lat spread. And here, I have to give this one here to, most definitely, I think I give this one to Mimi. Mimi has a great lat development. I mean, I think her back is a lot more wider now, and you really, you really can see more development compared to Renee. Renee, I think one thing I often heard of her was the fact she had that tattoo on her back. And I often said this, I am not a fan of tattoos of female bodybuilders. I think it takes away the, how how your physique looks. You don't really pay too much attention to the body as much as it takes to the ink. Here we have a rear double, and the rear double I have to give this to Renee. You can really see. I think compared to the lat spread, Renee really, when she gets a good pump and she flexes, you can really see how developed and how well sculptured her back is. I mean, Mimi, like I said, being a taller woman, she don't really put on as much muscle compared to a woman who's a little bit shorter. Now here we have the tricep. And here I have to truthfully give one to Renee again. Renee just her muscle development was just amazing. I think Renee had a great physique, great body. I think she never got many great opportunities as many female bodybuilders. You get overshadowed by some of the top ladies in the show, but I think she had a great physique. And Mimi, she's not that bad. She amazing physique. I think often a lot of these women who don't get opportunities because the fact is there's so much attention focused on the bigger stars. Here we have the abdominal, and most definitely this one is Renee's. Renee's abdominals is amazing. And here's this about Renee. Renee has children. She has kids. I remember Renee has done some documentaries, some videos. She talked about herself. She mentioned she has children, and often women who have children sometimes don't too often have great abdominal development, depending how the severity of childbirth, or as you know, that affects the abdominal cell wall. And here with Mimi, I think she really needs to probably cut a little bit more, try to pull out. If she could work a little more on her abdominals, she probably would have come out a little better. But here, this is most definitely Renee's show. Right here, we have a nice bicep pose. And if you go by size and development, you have to go with Mimi. Mimi I think this is the best pose she had that I found. Now, Renee, like I said, I love Renee. She was no slouch. She had a great development. But right here, this is Mimi all the way. Now, the glutes here, ooh. And this is often the thing with the glutes. You either want to go with, the more developed glutes, or you want to go with the glutes that's a little bit more, robust. And this is where my bias kind of takes over my balance. As you know, like I said again, I'm a fan of Renee Campbell. I mentioned her. I did some videos about Renee in the past. I mentioned her. I'm a fan of hers, and I think Renee has a great set of glutes. Mimi's not too bad. Mimi's really tight, But I think here I have to give it to Renee. Now, like I said, both these ladies have been competitive for quite some time. I think Mimi retired around about 2014, 2013, I believe, if I'm correct. And Renee, her last competition was back in 2016, where she competed at the Linda Murray show. Now, as you know, if you follow social media, Renee has done a video where she did a documentary for CNN, and she come out when, talking about just changing the face of female bodybuilding. But one thing she did was she got tatted. Her tattoos are a little bit extreme for my taste, And both these ladies have great physiques, great bodies. They don't get as much attention compared to some of these ladies. I think most of the stuff, they did a lot of videos and photo stuff during their careers. And that's a good thing about them because, you may not get enough stage attention, but you get attention when you're working for like certain websites and, internets. And, I think also they did a few, if y'all follow them, they did a few video chats for like certain sites, like maybe Her Biceps and also Muscle Girls. I mean, they did that because, hey, it's a great way to make money. And especially when you want to get with your fans. But they just, like I said, they had great physiques, great bodies. I think they is underrated. Female bodybuilders, very underrated. And, I think they should get, like I say, it's hard to, when you, especially coming up around about the early 2000s, competing with so many women that are coming up at that time, especially Margie Martin, Helen Trevino, and, Jay Fuchs and a couple others. Now, Mimi, what I found out, Mimi was one time in a relationship with Amanda Dunbar. That was, her, she's the current wife of Dave Palumbo. And after a while, Mimi, one point before she retired, she became a born again Christian. And also, she is now currently a chiropractor. I found out she's on social media. I'd like to reach out and do an interview with her someday. Talk about her times in the sport of bodybuilding, her life, everything else. I would love to have talk with her. I think just one of those underrated stars. You get much attention compared to some of the others. Renee, as you know, she's done quite a few documentaries and specials over her career. She, as you know, as I said, she retired from bodybuilding around about 2016, 2017. And she's now mostly, she's a trainer. She's a, she works out. She still keeps her physique in a way. Because I remember she did a story where she had body issues when she was younger. She's always been an athlete. She talked about how she, really felt like she got into bodybuilding because of, it really gave her more of a self-confidence image. She also, I remember I did a video where she did a special for CNN, but she's traveling the world. She's doing modeling. I mean, her tattoos, I'm saying this again. I am not a fan of tattoos on female bodybuilders. I'm just not a fan of tattoos on women, period. I know it's their choice, but sometimes it takes away from the art of the body. The body is art itself. Some of these ladies almost look like the female version of David. Was Michelangelo's David, and it's just like somebody spray painting with graffiti. But that's her choice. That's her body. I'm gonna say I gotta respect it, but I don't have to like it. I'm just gonna tell you the truth to it. But like I said, these are great ladies. I think they didn't do as well as they could have during their time. As you know, so many stars coming up during the early 2000s of bodybuilder. You still had Iris Kyle, you had Lena Pupa, you had Margie V. Martin, Hella Trevino. The list went on and on. But anyway, these are two ladies I picked because I'm been a big fan of them for quite some time. Great physiques, great bodies. I would love to maybe reach out to them. I do interviews and talk about their lives in the sport. This is me all the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk. Don't subscribe. I'm out.